And my name is John Jacob Mubarak, and I'm sitting in a director's chair, feeling rather directorial. And as people are coming streaming in, I'm going to just talk a little bit while people are joining us before I introduce you guys, because I want people to hear you. So we're here at Rythmia in beautiful downtown Monacaste. And it's been an amazing week. It's always an amazing week at Rythmia. We have two types of people that come here, light workers and light warriors. And they come here for three reasons: to see who they've become, to merge with their soul, and to heal their heart. And that happens every week. And then we do this Facebook Live called I Got My Miracle. And the Facebook Live is always about one person or a couple that has gotten their miracle. Well, these guys aren't a couple. but I was talking to both of them, and I was so impressed by their stories and by the similarity of their stories, although they came from very different backgrounds. But they both had singular experiences with the divine and have transformed their perception of life from here forward, which is just absolutely a miracle, this shift in perspective. So I want to introduce David and Fred.
Greg.
Hey guys.
Greg.
Yeah, Greg.
I've been calling you Fred all week.
Really?
Yes.
No, I didn't hear that.
Wow. Well, Greg.
Fred's not a bad name.
Fred's not a bad name, but your name is Greg.
Yeah,
okay. Well, this is how unimportant names are. We're just in love, right? I'm just seeing the truth of this man and his beauty and his heart and his intelligence of both of these men. And so here I am excited to introduce Greg and David. I can't believe I've been calling you Fred all weekend. All week.
I can't believe I didn't even notice.
So
No worries.
My mind was elsewhere.
Exactly. Our minds were elsewhere for sure. So let's start with a little bit of information. Greg, tell me a little bit about your background.
Well, it's interesting because right now, I'm pretty well known in what I do. I'm an herbalist. I'm an animal herbalist. I'm the founder of a pioneering company called Animal Essentials that makes supplements for animals. A lot of people don't know my background, and my background's much darker than that. It's one of the reasons I went into holistic medicine. I come from a background of law enforcement, really heavy-duty law enforcement in Southern Cal, and emergency medicine. And, I've come to realize lately that there's an effect between those two, but I'm sure we'll get into that in just a minute.
Yeah.
Right?
So you came to Rythmia from a background of law enforcement in Southern California, founded your own company, and are working with animals. And you're also a speaker and an author.
Yeah, I've written 5 books, and I speak all over the world on the subject of animal wellness and holistic healing.
Amazing. And David, tell me about you.
So I'm David. I'm 26 years old. I'm from Chicago. I am the first generation of my family born in America. My whole family comes from Poland. My work background is I work in the cannabis industry. What else do I say?
And you came here.
Oh, I came here for to find a purpose in life, and you gotta help me out a little bit.
That's okay. You'd been here before.
Oh yeah, I was here before. Last year I was here last year around this time in August. I don't think it really helped me last year, but this year has been a totally different experience. I feel totally rewired. I have a whole new perspective on life. I'm full of joy and love, and I'm excited for the next chapter in my life.
You had told me as we were talking that you came from some pretty dark places in your life.
Yes.
What brought you here? What was the reason, like some of those reasons that were so challenging?
So I'm an only child. I've never had a father. I've always felt alone, very alienated from my family. Like I said, I'm the first one that was born in America. My whole family comes from Poland. They're very traditional. So I never really knew where I fit in. I've done very hard drugs in my life, and I've had suicidal attempts and major depression and things of that nature.
And so that was one of the when I asked David how his week was, he said to me, well, tell me what you said.
It was a roller coaster. I felt every single emotion at its most intense level, from sadness to happiness and joy and fear. Lots of fear.
You said, what impressed me, I said, hey, how was your week? He goes, it was the best week of my life.
Yes,
and I know that God exists for sure.
Yes. God is, I have without a doubt in my mind, God is real. God is good. God is the best of planners. The devil is real too. The devil is strong, but you know,
We all have those devils within, right?
yes, yes.
Those demons within that you overcame this week.
Overcame 100% without a doubt.
Um,
It was an amazing week. A miracle truly hit me. So
I want to find out more about that miracle, but let me take a second and
For
talk
sure.
to Greg. And Greg, you know, coming from different background, right? Like David's works in the cannabis industry, has been in hard drug use,
been in prison too.
been in prison, right? And came here, suicidal ideations, suicide attempts,
Yes.
right? And looking to change life. And Fred,
Yes.
tell me what brought you here. Greg, what brought you here?
That's
That's going to be hard to change that, man.
It's all right, man. Hey, you know, you think that, you know, I'm an herbalist and I work with animals, and it's pretty light. It's a beautiful thing to do. It's holistic. It's about wellness. But in recent years, I realized that, you know, I'm getting dragged down as a businessman. I've had this depression and some underlying current in my life, this darkness that's really been prohibiting me from excelling at what I do as a writer and as an herbalist. And, you know, I've got an understanding that a lot of what is locked away causing this stuff is locked in this iron chest that we all carry called our subconscious. And the subconscious is not accessible to the conscious mind. And cracking that chest is really hard to get to the answers you need to fix yourself, to get out from this baggage, right?
Yeah.
And so what I found here is this perfect answer through ayahuasca, and the wonderful people and the system that you've created here is just amazing, to unlock that chest, not just unlock it, but by, you know, liberating the soul and merging with the soul, we bypass the whole subconscious realm because it just doesn't matter anymore. I've seen beyond that. I've seen higher than that here within myself. And it enables you to find heaven on earth right away for yourself. We create it. We have the ability to create our own heaven on earth. And this place has proved it to me. And, you know, we also create our own hell on earth, and this place makes hell just go away. We erase it when we come here. It's been an amazing, amazing experience coming here.
So beautiful. And Greg, you also told me that, you know, you came here looking for a new purpose in life, and also having suicidal thoughts.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was getting pretty dark. I mean, I've been successful, but I found myself in a hole, in a rut, and I'm thinking, okay, my purpose isn't pushing paper, just pushing paper anymore and being a good businessman. It was dragging me down, but how do I find my way out and determine the best way to identify and move forward on the real purpose of my life?
Yeah.
And so I came here with these questions. How do I undo my depression and the baggage that is dragging me down and is self-limiting in my ability to really excel in the world? And what is my purpose? And do I trust my own intuition? You know, all these questions were in my mind. And by coming here and, you know, being part of this program, all those questions are answered. You know, I know my purpose in life now. I'm excited to walk out of here and, you know, just rock it out. I'm going to do amazing things after coming to this place. And,
I know you are. I know you are.
It's just been not only an eye-opening experience, but a life-changing experience. And there is no doubt whatsoever that, you know, we have a higher self that we do have access to, and we can live with, and we can have a very strong relationship with our soul.
Yes.
And we can be guided. We can self-guide ourselves into that heaven on earth that we all want.
So from both of you, such beautiful realizations about the week. I want to take a brief break from the insights, revelations, downloads, new perspectives, shifts, miracles that you received. I want to get back to that. But so you came here, both of you came here seeking something, seeking some relief, seeking some peace, seeking new purpose in life, knowing that life had to be better than this. Yeah. And then you arrived, and tell me a little bit about your experience at Rythmia as just the resort, the people, anything, maybe one or two of your favorite aspects of the amenities or of the experience, just as a spiritual wellness retreat.
Well, I want to say that everybody here is so loving and caring. It seems that everybody here that works here understands where you might be coming from, and they're very patient with you. You could always go to anybody here, any of the helpers, the shaman helpers, or any of the staff, and they just always seem to know exactly what to say to you that helps you with whatever's going on, you know. So, and the food here is amazing. You know, everything is just what's the word? You gotta help me out.
That's all right. Well, you know, you tell me, you found everything, like the food, the experience, the people. Was it that you felt comfortable?
Oh,
You
very
felt
comfortable,
welcome?
very welcomed and comfortable for sure, 100%. I've never felt welcomed by as many people as there are here ever in my life. So
Was there a particular like funny incident or experience that you like stands out for you?
Just everybody just shows love. Like there's no judgment here. You know, you could talk to anyone about any of your problems. Nobody judges you. Nobody looks at you funny. You know, it doesn't matter what background you come from. You know, it's just a very loving and accepting place.
Beautiful. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, I walked into this place, expecting a therapeutic resort, learning more about ayahuasca and the powers of healing that have been in place for thousands of years. I heard something like 5,000 years of ayahuasca
Yeah.
experience, in the Amazon. And I'm an herbalist, so I have this interest in plants. I love plants. I trust plants. I believe in plants. But when I walked into this place, you know what I found is I found a huge extension of my family.
Mhm.
I mean, the relationships that I built here in 7 days is going to last. It's going to be a lifetime of family. We're
Right.
close. I mean, everybody here is close. The staff, the clientele, everybody is in love with each other in this place. It's just a wonderful place. We're sharing everything, and the food's great, the rooms are great, the grounds are just awesome. It's a gorgeous place to be, and it's really got its act together. I mean, the programs are really well organized. I knew I wouldn't be. I knew I'd be surprised, but I didn't know I'd be this not only surprised but
Amazed.
enlightened and delighted with what I found here.
I love it. I scooted down so I could read the comment. One of the questions was, can you do more places like this around the world so more people could experience it? And the short answer is yes. We're actually going to be expanding very soon. Some really beautiful things are happening, so stay tuned for that. But what I love is that both of you came here and found connection and found family and found, because I know I've been to retreats before, and you walk into the retreat and you're sitting in the classroom, and you're kind of looking at, or you're sitting in the dining room in the restaurant, and you're kind of like, well, I'd like to be connected with those people, but I don't think I could ever, fit into that crowd.
Right.
Those people I'd like to talk to, definitely not those people. And then by the end of the week, you come to this feeling like every single person is here on purpose, and it wouldn't have been the same without them.
Yes.
And a lot of people think ayahuasca, medicinal mushrooms, and hallucinogenics, and you think, wow, I don't know if that's going to solve anything for me. But you know what? I'm walking away from this place with better mental clarity and a strong sense of purpose. I mean, knowing, not just thinking about what I'm going to do, but everything is clear. And like I said, I'm gonna rock out my life after this.
I can't wait to see what's coming up for both of you. All right, so let me ask you this. So you came here, there were some classes that help you prepare for the ceremony, and then you were getting ready for your first ceremony. Were you nervous?
Of course.
I was extremely nervous.
Yeah.
And the reason why I was nervous because, if this is going to change my life, change is a scary thing. Change is unknown, so that could be, very scary. So that's what really made me nervous. I was nervous about creating a profound change in my life and what that would look like.
Very cool. What about you, brother?
Stepping into the unknowns always raises a little bit of nervousness, but in my life, I'm a speaker, and I do a lot of things where I put myself out in front of audiences, and I look at nervousness and fear as it's kind of a starter pistol for me. It primes me for what's coming next. But what is really beautiful here is that before I walked into that first ceremony, I didn't know exactly what to expect, but the staff and this guy here and everybody else, they make you so comfortable and you feel so trusting. And it is. I mean, this place is built out of love, and you feel it as soon as you walk into the place. And your fears kind of diminish immediately. And of course, by the first ceremony is over, the fear just disappears. And it's a beautiful thing. It's all about trust and love.
That's so beautiful. All right, so I want to ask you, going back to the miracle, and a miracle is kind of a funny thing, right? To say like, I got a miracle. We define a miracle in a couple different ways. One is that you've seen who you've become, means that you see the masks that you put on in life, the ways you think you have to be in order to fit in order to get love, in order to belong, in order to feel safe, in order to feel enough. So when you see that, that's a merger back together with your soul. When you come back together to a state of wholeness, you can heal your heart and forgive the unforgivable. So when people see who they become, merge with their soul and heal their heart, we call that a miracle. we also have what's called a death and a rebirth, which is really the blurring of the egoic boundaries, right? Your ego, which is your sense of self, starts to dissolve. And that can be really scary. And that's why it looks like death, because the ego is really attached to being, in charge. Right. And when that dissolves and then comes back together, it gets reorganized. And so it's like a rebirth. So that's another type of miracle. And then the third type of miracle is a shift in perception. Like, I thought this way, and now I think that thing that was my detriment, like a lot of us with addiction, would think that our addiction is our worst, most shameful, guilt-causing thing, and sometimes that turns into the biggest blessing we've ever had. So that's a shift in perception. So I'm going to ask you guys, what did you get your miracle, and how would you describe your miracle in terms of those three? And I'll start with you, David.
I definitely got my miracle this week. My miracle was believing in God and just putting my anything that I ever thought mattered in life or that I thought was important to me is not important, like materialistic things and all that stuff I kind of just threw out the door. All I care about now is living my life to the fullest with love and compassion for others, not just myself. It's never about yourself. It's always about others and caring for others. And my perception has changed because, before I would just be very selfish. I wouldn't care about anybody else but myself. It was my way or no way. Now I really, think about other people's feelings and how my actions can affect others. And, it's just a better way to think about life, and that's my miracle because I never thought that was possible for me.
Wow.
So yeah,
That's beautiful.
It's truly beautiful. My experience here in Rythmia, just amazing.
Oh, so grateful, man. Thank you for sharing that.
So I stepped in here trying to wrap my mind around the belief system that we create our own heaven on earth, and that we're part of this energetic field, the spirit universe or God. It's part of us. We're part of it. We're part of nature. We're part of everything, and everything is part of us. And when I came here, it confirmed all of it. I mean, it wasn't just wanting to believe or being told that this exists, but it was a firsthand introduction. I saw my field. I met my soul,
Yeah.
and I saw the creator here. And actually, we are the creator.
Yes.
The God is in
and
all
we
of
have
us.
the power to do whatever we want in a positive light. And this has just totally confirmed it. It's, that's my miracle, is that I went beyond just theorizing and hoping and wishing and praying for, this confirmation and this affirmation of truth. I found it. It is here. And I have no doubt whatsoever walking away from this place that I can create as much heaven on earth and as much abundance, whatever I want. It's up to me. It's up to us. It's our oyster. We can do it.
Yes.
And I've only been here for a week. It's like amazing that, decades of what otherwise, if it even worked at all, therapy compressed into 7 days because of just the actual realization that this stuff is not only possible, but it's true.
So beautiful. So beautiful. So this is why I get to say that I have the best job in the world, that I get to be here every week and meet people and watch this transformation from Saturday, Sunday arrival to Saturday, Sunday departure. 7 days. It really is miraculous. It really is miraculous. So I want to thank you. Let's see. What's that last comment?
Heaven on earth is here. Let's keep creating.
Yes, let's
Right
keep
on.
creating.
And the more people we can bring into this, the better off this planet is going to be.
100%.
Because if we all had this experience and we had this perspective and this depth of perspective and the reality that we can create heaven on earth, imagine what the world would be. There wouldn't be any hate. There wouldn't be any war.
The world would be a different
The
place.
colors of people wouldn't matter. The world would be a different, better place for sure. There's no doubt.
Imagine all the
The
people.
people.
Yeah, John Lennon's dream coming true.
Right on.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank
Greg,
you.
David, thank you. Thank
Thanks,
you all
brother.
for joining us. And for all those streaming in later, checking it out, you can check out the number on the screen and give us a call if you have any further questions. Thank you. Peace and richest blessings. All
Thank you.
right, gentlemen, let me just turn this off. Bye, everybody.